Boom! What's going on? It's your man Qualified, and
Yo, it's Eddie C.
and this is
Two Dope Dads.
and a podcast.
And a podcast. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Y'all are in for a treat.
Yes, sir. Through the wire. What's going on? It's your man Qualified, aka the Dirty Daddy, aka Mr. Black Future, aka Dr. Foot Lover. And we got
Yo, Sadie C, a.k.a. the friend of Plant Daddy Death,
okay.
a.k.a. the friend of Black Future Quality,
Yes.
a.k.a. friend of the people,
Mm.
a.k.a. friend of Black Flamingo,
Yes.
young homie Keem,
For sure. Always and forever.
AKA.
Get the GoFundMe.
a.k.a.
Yeah.
Mr. Wiggles in the flesh. What up?
We here, man.
We here.
Yeah. Okay, so I think the last time we linked up, I was really excited about NBA All-Star Weekend.
Oh man, were we wrong?
I was really looking forward to it.
Yo, but Friday started off lit, right?
Yeah, Friday was cool. Friday,
Celebrity All-Star game. Jack Harlow was there,
White Boy of the Year.
hitting threes.
Yeah.
They didn't look pretty, but they went in.
He's a front runner. Oh, for the celebrity game, I don't remember what this guy's name was, but he's an Olympic long jumper.
The dude with the little man bun?
Yeah,
The man bun right here?
Yo, he was dunking like a motherfucker.
Yeah. Putting up rebounds and shit.
He was dunking the shit out of shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it makes sense. He's an Olympic high jumper, so I guess he should be out there dunking. But
You know who else was out there dunking and acting a fool?
motherfucking
Myles Garrett?
the fucking Hulk. Yo.
Just flying through the air.
Yeah, it's crazy because like he's also like the same height as Steph Curry. So just imagine him like actually playing.
And he weighs like 3 times as much.
Yeah, dude, just this little Hulk ass point guard.
Just disrespecting people out there.
Yo,
I thought he was
it
trying to take that
crazy.
rim down.
Yeah, no, he really was. Because I've seen video of him like playing pickup and shit like that, so I knew how he got down.
Yeah.
So
How old is Myles Garrett?
Yeah, look, Google man.
Yeah, man. I was
Impressed?
26.
26. That's what I was thinking in my head. That's crazy.
Oh, I thought he was like 40 something.
Nah, his vert looked like it's 40 something.
I would say no, because then the rookies had their thing too. Like,
The Rising Stars.
yeah.
So my man Jalen Green, who I was really excited to see, he did not show out in the dunk contest, but he did show out in the Rising Stars.
Yeah. He showed out on Friday. Well, let's start with Friday. Friday was
Friday.
good. Yeah, Friday was good.
Yeah, so Friday, my man scored 20 points in his Rising Stars game, and I like the new format. So it's like a little tournament, and
Yeah, I didn't watch it, so you gotta tell me about it.
okay, so it's a tournament now, because it used to just be like
The
they were doing
rookies versus the sophomores.
Well, it was the rookies versus the sophomores, and then they changed it to USA versus the world.
Oh, okay. Of
So-
rookies? Or just players?
It would be rookies and sophomores, and then
Okay.
if you're from other countries, then you're on the world team, and if rookies and sophomores from USA were on Team USA. But now they split it up, and I think it was like 4 different teams, and they had like 4 different Hall of Fame coaches. So it was like Bill Walton, Rick Barry, Gary Payton,
Ooh, the glove.
and James Worthy.
Okay.
So all of them had their teams, and then they had the rookies and sophomores who made the cut or the roster, and then the 4 guys like drafted squads. So I think I forget how big they were. Like I don't know how big the teams were. I want to say 7 or 8. but I don't know.
Okay.
And they picked their squads, and they played. The teams played each other like in games up to 50. And,
okay. So was it like you got to win by 2? It's overtime rules.
I don't.
Okay.
I feel like they only had to win by 1.
None of that matters.
But but nah, it made it kind of fun, like doing it in a tournament style and like only playing up to 50. So like in Jalen Green's game, they ended up losing, but he scored 20 of the. I think we had 49 points. I want to say we, like that's not the Rockets, but like they had 49 points. He had 20 of them. Like so it was fun. You could see the rookies who were like trying hard.
What did Jalen Green's team make it to the finals or whatever?
Nah,
you
so
said they had 49, so they
so they
okay.
lost their first. They lost in the first game, and then Jayshawn Tate, who's another. He's a sophomore with the Rockets. He was on a team with Cade Cunningham and Evan Mobley, the number 1 and number 3 picks in the draft, respectively. And I believe they won the whole thing. But Jayshawn Tate had a game winner in the first game.
Ooh,
so
okay.
it was.
And then we rolled into Saturday, and
Yes.
then we had the All-Star events, right?
Yeah.
So started with the challenges.
Yeah, so I actually like the new way that they did the skills challenge. They kind of took the shooting stars challenge that they had before, and put that into the skills challenge. They have the passing, where
the things were moving. That was different. I mean, I haven't watched All-Star Weekend in a few years. So
how they did the passing. I really like how the rookie team was doing that. They did like a 3-man weave.
Yeah, just like you would do, back in the day if you played on the team.
Practice.
Yeah.
So they did the 3-man weave.
You do that in practice, not the game.
Practice,
not the game.
You talking about practice? But
you know about that, Allen Iverson?
Man, what the fuck are you doing?
Well, no, because he wasn't laughing, so I figured he didn't know about it. So Allen Iverson got called out when he was playing with the 76ers for not showing up to practice. And so it was after a game, he was doing an interview.
And he's one of the illest players in the league.
Yeah, and the reporter asked him why he wasn't showing up to practice or something like that. And Allen Iverson got upset. And he was like, practice? You want to talk about practice? Not the game. Not the game where I put my heart out and that I die out there for my team. Not the game. You want to talk about practice. And then someone was like, all right. He's like, no. This guy wants to talk about practice.
Yeah.
He just got super upset about it.
Wait,
it became
did he win that game?
Probably. I mean, he was sick.
But it became like a whole meme. But it turns out he told a story he told the story behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, one of the reasons why he got so upset, he was emotional. He had found out that one of his homies had died, and so he came out there, and then this dude started asking him about practice, and he just went on. Practice?
There's niggas dying in these streets.
You talking to me about practice? Not a game.
And then he got traded to what? The Bucks? The Milwaukee Bucks? The Grizzlies. He got traded from Philly. Who did he go to?
Yeah. I think first he went to Denver.
Okay.
First.
Or I was gonna say Grizzlies. Anyway,
he ended
years later.
The Grizzlies was one of the last teams that he.
So I think it was when he was with the Grizzlies. He was after a game doing a thing, and someone was like, or no, when he found out he got traded, and they're like, hey, now that you're going to the Grizzlies, are you gonna show up to practice? And then he kind of laughed, and he was like, practice. He kind of memed himself about that.
Yeah. At this point, he was cool with it.
So practice game. I forgot how we got down there, but the challenge.
Oh yes.
The weave. They were weaving
it's
in practice.
What you do in practice.
Yeah.
Boom. Look at that. Full circle.
Yep. We back.
So and then they had the actual obstacle course.
Yep.
The normal joint. I think Cleveland. Because they had 3 teams. So it was rookies. And that was Josh Giddey, Cade Cunningham, and
2 other niggas.
Another nigga. Damn, who was that?
1 other nigga.
Who the fuck was that?
No, some dude. And then there was Team Cleveland, so
There's
players from the Cleveland.
Yeah, so it was Darius Garland, Evan Mobley. Damn! And another nigga. Who the fuck plays for Cleveland?
Don't worry about Googling.
No, I think
don't worry
I think
about
the other guy
It's
was.
better this way.
I think it was Isaac Okoro. I think that's who it was.
Sure. I feel
All
like
right.
you just made that up. But
Nah,
sure.
that's a guy though.
Okay.
He's definitely a guy who plays for Cleveland.
Don't
I
look it up.
I'm
We're just rolling
not
with
sure
it.
if he was the third guy on Team Cleveland, but you know what, Google man, just
No, it's fine.
all right, okay.
And then there was the team, the brothers, the three brothers.
Yeah, the Giannis brothers.
Yeah.
The Antetokounmpo brothers. Yeah, so it was
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Antetokounmpo brothers, bro.
Giannis, Thanasis, and Alex. So
They ran out of Alex was the younger one. They ran out of names at that point. Molasses is what they should have called him.
damn. Yeah. So Giannis and Thanasis, they both play for the Bucks, and the other guy, Alex, is in the G League right now.
Yeah.
So yeah. Giannis was actually pissed at them.
Yeah, because he really wanted to win. That was
He
funny.
was pissed. that was hilarious. So yeah, that the skills challenge was fun.
Yeah, that's cool.
The 3-point challenge wasn't bad. That was fun too.
Dude broke a record.
Yeah, Karl Anthony Towns, and he's a big guy. He's a center.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, he broke a
yeah.
record, 29 points, I think.
Yeah. So
And then I don't know if they just recently added this year because I haven't watched in a few years, but in the last corner, there was like a thing moving, like a hand or something moving around that they had to
Yeah.
shoot over. So there was
Yeah.
like a contested shot.
yeah, look at that. Another thing that was cool about Cat winning, Karl Anthony Towns, that's his nickname.
Oh, okay.
I think
Cat?
he had on
Like a kitty cat?
well KAT because
Oh,
Carl
like
with
a
K.
cool cat.
Yeah, cool cat.
K.
Big or a big cat.
Cool with a K.
Yeah.
And cat with a K.
Yep.
Alright.
Double K, but only two.
Only. I made that mistake once.
Only two.
Never again.
Oh man, but yeah. So my guy Cat, I think he did his shots. He had a chain on, and I guess normally they don't wear chains. I don't know if it was a rule that they couldn't wear chains, but they if it was a rule, they bent it for him. He has had like a lot of in the past year or so. He's lost a lot of people to COVID-19 in his family, like his mom, and I think the chain was like something commemorating his mom. So him winning he told everybody he was gonna win the 3-point competition and going out there and winning it with the chain on. That was cool. That was a feel good moment.
Yeah. You know, it wasn't a feel good moment.
The dunk contest.
Oh no, we skipped too far ahead.
Oh.
Another feel good moment. That fucking
another feel good moment.
the
Something that we liked.
the concert.
Oh yeah,
Before
DJ Khaled.
Yeah.
Came out there. Gunner was
Yo, it
out
was-
there pushing P.
I would say it was better than the Super Bowl halftime.
It was fire.
Yeah, Lil Wayne, Ludacris.
Yeah, Lil Wayne popped up. One thing that was cool one thing that was funny to me during this show, I was actually streaming it off a TNT app, so it was live. I mean, I guess it was live for everybody else, but I guess I don't know. There was, I feel like I didn't have tape delay because DJ Khaled 100% said, "Yeah, we them niggas." Like, not censored. And I was just like, yo, what? And then after that, he was like, Happy Black History Month.
Wait, is he black?
No?
No, he's not. That's what I was a little.
But
what is he? Some kind of Middle Eastern?
Yeah, he's some kind of Middle Eastern. But he seems to get like the same kind of pass that Fat Joe gets.
Yeah.
So like,
And Jennifer Lopez?
and Jennifer Lopez.
Because she definitely said nigga.
Yeah.
In that Ja Rule song, I'm Real.
Yeah.
Oh.
But I mean,
I tell them niggas mind their biz, but they don't hear me though.
yeah. But I mean, but she, like, you know what I mean? But she a New Yorican, so like they all get passes. Like, that's how it be working.
I was in New Yorican for 5 years.
You know what I mean?
And then I moved out here. So.
Like they be getting passes, so yeah. But he 100% was like, yeah, we them niggas, and I was just like, yeah,
Obviously.
we fucking are, bro. Like, nigga, it's Black History Month and it's NBA All-Star Weekend. Like, nigga, if there's any weekend that's gonna be celebrating some nigga shit, it's this one. They might have just let him slide because, like, yeah, no, it's okay here.
Oops.
It's okay. It's okay. My man Ernie from Inside the NBA, like, if he dropped an N-bomb, I'd let him. Ernie,
He's
man.
earned it.
Yeah, exactly. Ernie earned it. I'll let him get one off.
Yeah. But he has to still
He can't hit me with one of them Joe Rogan compilations, though. You can't hit me with that.
and also he has to seem a little hesitant, because if not, if he just says that shit, like if it comes out too natural,
Well, I mean, either he's
it's like, nigga, you say this as a nigga who says nigga, that nigga says nigga all the time.
I would accept it if it comes out cool. If he does it like, so what do you think about this, Chuck? What's good, my nigga? Like, and if it came out smooth like that, like I'm okay because he got me, because he like asked a question first. You feel me?
I guess so.
Yeah, Ernie, if you're watching, we fuck with you, dog.
Okay.
That means I fuck with you, dog.
All right. But then the whack ass slam dunk contest.
Dunk contest. Okay. Worst dunk contest ever, because I've been seeing that floating around. Worst dunk contest ever?
I can't say because it's been a minute since I watched them, but it's the worst one I've seen.
I don't know if it's the worst one I've seen. Like, what else happened in that one dunk contest where they let Birdman try that dunk like 11 times?
I don't remember. That was
Like, because the only thing I can think of from that dunk contest
wasn't Dwight Howard
tried that shit like 11 times.
Wasn't Dwight Howard in that one?
Oh, well.
I feel like that's the one Dwight Howard was doing all that Superman shit. But
Is that the one where he... Okay.
It might be.
Because Dwight
but I
Howard
could-
was in a couple of them.
Yeah.
He was in the other one that he lost to Nate Robinson.
Yeah.
That one was fine. Whatever fucking dunk contest had Desmond Mason, look that up. Was there one where Desmond Mason won it? If there's one where Desmond Mason won it, that one might have sucked. Shout out to Desmond Mason, though, because he's a really good dunker, but, like...
2003?
Who was in that dunk contest?
2003.
Nah, because, like...
A bunch of retired niggas.
There was a period, like, because, what was it? It was 2000 where they brought the dunk contest back.
Yeah.
And then Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady,
Yep.
Steve Francis.
They're cousins, by the way.
Yes.
Carter and Grady.
And then there was, like, another nigga who was in that dunk contest who actually sucked. I think Larry Hughes was in that shit. He sucked. I think Jerry Stackhouse might have been in it.
Look, when this dude comes out first and takes 40 minutes to put on some fucking Timbs and then 500 attempts to make a dunk.
Oh, never mind. Okay, so that dunk contest actually wasn't that bad. Desmond Mason was blah. Richard Jefferson, he's a really good dunker, but like he didn't stand out in that competition. But Amari Stoudemire had some shit that was kind of fire.
Oh yeah, didn't he do some shit like off the glass?
Yeah, he brought Steve Nash out there.
Oh,
he did the soccer shit
yeah.
and caught the alley-oop. And then Jason Richardson went the fuck off.
Yep.
And that shit. But okay, so this dunk contest. First off, there was Cole Anthony. That's my man who you talking about, who put on the Timbs
Yeah, that was garbage.
and did the dunk. It wouldn't have been that bad if he didn't take forever, like
Fucking
walking around holding the
forever.
Timbs and shit like that. He put them on and he did like
He had to lace them up.
the worst fucking woo walk I've ever seen in my life. You know what I mean? Like, like
It was just bad. It
would've
was,
been-
it was cringy. It was
it would have
bad.
been it probably, you know what? That shit would have went way harder if either he played for the Knicks or the All-Star was in New York. Or like play a Pop Smoke song or like a Fivio Foreign song if you're gonna come out here and do this. And like when you do your woo walk, like woo walk to that shit and make sure we can all hear it. Like I might have been more into it if like he's doing that woo walking like I mean Dior, like you know what I mean. I might have been a little bit more into it.
It
But
lost me. It took way too long. The whole
The
process
dunk wasn't that bad though, because he did the
Well, I mean, what on his he had to abandon the original dunk, right?
nah.
No, it was the original.
Yeah,
it just took him forever
It took
to
him
do
forever to set it up.
it. Yeah,
That's what it was. And then
they have to go back to the timer. You have a minute to complete a dunk.
Yeah, my man Juan Toscano-Anderson. I don't know what you was doing there, bro. You are very great. You're a good basketball player. You're a great in-game dunker, but I don't know why they had him there. Why, man? I was embarrassed when he put on Jason Richardson's jersey and then failed to complete a dunk. Like man? If I was Jason Richardson, I would have came down there and be like, "Give me my jersey,
Give it.
give me my fucking." The kind of way you talk to a nigga through your teeth because you so mad. Give me that shit. You know what I mean? Like that's how I would have did that. Jalen Green, goddamn, that's my guy. That's my guy.
He is your guy. He tried to do a very hard dunk.
So first off, he came out there. One of the things that was already gonna get hate when he first announced that he had a partnership with Coinbase and that he was gonna do a dunk with that related to an NFT. So people were already just like, NFT, this is fucking bullshit.
Yeah, he came out with an NFT chain on.
So he goes over before he does his dunk. He goes and puts on. He has an iced out chain, and there's like a phone connected to it, but it has an NFT. Because I think he also had to deal with NBA Top Shot, so it was an NFT of one of his highlights. So he put that on. He wears it for a little bit. He gives that over to the judges, and people are already kind of getting annoyed. They're like, all right, if you're going to do this, then you got to do something pretty crazy. The dunk that he had planned had a high degree of difficulty. And if he had pulled off the original dunk that he had planned, like in maybe 1 or 2 attempts, I think the place goes crazy. It was like a bounce off the side, catch the ball, take it in between the legs, and then dunk it, right? He attempted maybe like
Too many.
about 7 times to try and get this right. It didn't count. It didn't count as a official attempt because I guess they ruled it as him losing the ball before the downward motion. I don't know, some bullshit ass rules.
Because you're only allowed, what, 2 attempts?
I think it was
3?
3.
3
Yeah.
attempts, but he was able to try 7 times because it wasn't actually a dunk attempt. It was him in the air losing the ball.
Yeah. So, the dunk that he actually ended up doing, if he had just done that, because he could have done that one off rip. If he had just done it off rip, he probably gets a higher score and people aren't annoyed. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. It wouldn't have wowed the crowd, but it would have been all right. But after taking like 7 attempts up, like people were just like, nah.
So you think he's gonna sell that NFT that he was wearing?
I'm sure there's probably some kind of something coming through, especially since he has like an official partnership.
I mean, he's still
with
probably gonna make
Coinbase.
some money off of that.
Oh, yeah,
but
he's-
if he had made that dunk,
If he had made the dunk, it's lit.
he's going through the roof.
Yeah, he's out of here. And then the second dunk that he had in the first round was actually a nice dunk, and he got it down on his second attempt. And I think after that one, Cole Anthony had missed all 3 of his attempts.
Yeah.
And yeah, but like by that time, I think everybody was already annoyed.
Yeah, he already lost the crowd.
Yeah, everybody was already annoyed, and they was like, fuck it. So, like, it didn't matter that he did a 360 between the legs dunk and made it look effortless. Like, you know what I mean? But I feel like this is the bigger point for me, and I want to talk to you about this. People saying this is the worst dunk contest ever. Obi Toppin did a couple of dunks that, like, when you really look at like the degree of difficulty and athleticism that it takes to pull off, shit is crazy. But like they weren't powerful finishes.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what took away from it.
Yeah,
Because
definitely did.
That one where he like, I think he did like he tapped it off the backboard and did some shit, like being able to do that, like that's crazy.
Yeah, that was cool.
Like and then that other one where he I think he threw it off the backboard and brought it down in between the legs and back up like that or some shit like that. Yeah, that he did another one that was crazy as hell, but like when he dunked it, it was just like so soft.
Yeah. It definitely looks more impressive when you like really
like,
slam that shit in.
You know what I mean? Like, because Vince Carter was dunking like he was mad at the rim.
Oh, that one nigga who tried to do the Vince Carter arm in the rim and couldn't get his arm in the rim.
Yeah, that was old boy Juan Toscano-Anderson. Fam. Like right then. So after you couldn't get your arm in the rim, trying to put your arm in the rim, like why would you put on the Jason Richardson jersey? Nigga,
you couldn't even be Vince Carter.
Nigga, we already know you can't jump like that. You're not one of them niggas. You're not one of them niggas. But anyway,
you're not Vince Carter,
right?
You're not Jason Richardson.
This nigga ain't even Desmond Mason. Nigga, you are Juan Toscano-Anderson.
And you barely that nigga.
Like, nigga, shit. Like, fam. See, we ain't never had no niggas in the dunk contest 2 last names. This why.
It's because he's Mexican.
No. It's because he got 2 last names. It's weighing him down. Can't jump high.
Wasn't he the first Mexican in the dunk contest?
Probably.
They were saying something about him being the first Mexican American.
Nah, he did a dunk with like a jersey with like the Mexican flag colors. He made that one. That dunk was kind of cool.
Yeah.
So I'm glad he didn't mess that one up. Because if he had did that shit that he did with the Jason Richardson jersey with the Mexico jersey on when they talking about you the first Mexican in the dunk contest, then like damn.
You should have jumped over a lowrider.
All my friends know the low rider. We don't own the rights to this music. But what I wanted to ask you about the dunk contest, they're saying...
Wait, hold up real quick. Sorry.
Okay,
before you get to that. Do you not like him because he's Mexican or because he didn't do good dunks?
No, I actually have no beef with him. If there's any reason why I don't like him, it would be because he plays for the Warriors.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yeah, nah.
I know how you feel about Mexicans.
But what's it called? So the dunk contest.
Mm-hmm.
They're saying this is the worst one ever. I think part of it, because they were talking about like some of these dunks that people were doing, like the shit that Obi Toppin was doing. It was on. They were like, you didn't realize how dope it was till you watched the replay and see exactly what he did. And like, you know, Kenny was like, I don't want to, or I think it was Reggie who was saying like, I don't want to have to watch the replay.
No, I'm pretty sure that was Kenny.
Okay,
that's
Kenny.
some Kenny shit to say.
Yeah, and he was hating on Jalen Green, which is some fucked up shit. Because you used to play for Houston, Kenny. You won your 2 championships in Houston, Kenny. But
on,
I still
Kenny.
fuck with you, dog. But looking at Rockets Twitter, they not fucking with him. But like, my thing is, are we like desensitized to the dunk? Like, because you think about like, you can look on Instagram and follow like Team Flight Brothers or like look on Ball is Life or any of this shit, and you can see niggas doing crazy dunks. There's professional dunkers.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel so. Two things about this dunk contest. Well, the one about the dunk contest is I feel like people feel like it's worse than it was because of the commentating that was going on during the dunk contest. I talked to you about this a little bit earlier.
They was shitting on these niggas.
Dwayne Wade, Reggie Miller, and Kenny the Jet were all on there just talking shit about how this slam dunk contest was shit.
Yeah.
And you know, like, you're the commentators for this shit. And you're talking shit about how like this is garbage. Like,
but
as a fan or someone, like, I need you to lie to me to hype this shit up to me.
Yeah.
Like, I know it's shit too, but like when I got Dwayne Wade saying this shit and he's, you know, talking to him, like, I'm like, well, fuck yeah, that wasn't shit.
But like, all right, so if you're of the school of thought where somebody's like, yo, I'm commentating, but it's up to you to like provide the show. You got to give me something to get excited about, right?
Yeah.
Like, so if they're saying that, right? Like, what can we do to get people excited? Pause. Like, people are saying, like, one of the things that Kenny was saying that night a lot is, I want to see something I've never seen before. How many different ways are there to dunk now that are like humanly possible?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, these niggas is NBA players, but like they're NBA players. So like they don't get to focus exclusively on practicing dunks, right? Maybe I heard somebody say maybe give some of these guys, announce it earlier and give them more time to practice dunks. Now, I don't know how far in advance the players know, because I saw there, I think like maybe a couple weeks before All-Star, there was like, because I'm tapped in on Rockets Twitter, you feel me? So like there were rumors going around on Rockets Twitter that like Jalen Green was going to be in the dunk contest, but there hadn't been an official announcement yet. And then there was even a press conference where like a Houston reporter asked him about the dunk contest, and he was about to say some stuff, and then like they told him like don't say anything, and he was like, oh, I don't know, I can't really talk about that. And like everybody laughed because like we knew obviously that he already knew.
Yeah.
But since there wasn't an official announcement, he couldn't say anything. So I don't know how far in advance they know, but I imagine they probably don't know too far in advance. But I wonder if like some of these guys who are, because all of these, if you're in the NBA and they're inviting you to the dunk contest, it's safe to say that you're probably a pretty good leaper. So like all these motherfuckers can jump out the gym. Like I was shitting on Juan Toscano-Anderson jokingly, but like, yes, that motherfucker can jump out the gym. Like, you know what I'm saying? He might not have like Aaron Gordon bounce or Zach LaVine bounce or even Vince Carter bounce, but like you put him,
definitely doesn't have Vince Carter bounce.
You said what?
He definitely don't have Vince Carter
True.
bounce.
We saw that.
You saw that.
Right? So like
I synced it.
But you know what I'm saying? He got crazy bounce. Like it's not like he's just like like if he ran with your 5 at the Y, like he dunking on y'all niggas all game.
I don't know.
He's not putting his arm in the rim, but he's dunking on y'all niggas.
I mean, maybe.
Watch, he gonna pull up now.
You haven't seen my squad at the YMCA.
Oh,
my squad
right.
at the Croc Center.
Oh, he dunking on y'all?
No, we go
y'all,
hard.
y'all
bro.
nice?
Nah, but the other thing is about the dunk contest is I used to not like it. Like back when I was watching like the dunk contest every year, I didn't like how it was transitioning. But now looking back, like I feel like that's what it needs to get back to. And that's like at some point it became less about like Vince Carter just going out there and fucking up the rim and doing crazy shit to like a whole show, like a whole like Dwight Howard goes and gets the Superman cape, and then and he's, you know, like it's like he grabbing people from the crowd or whatever, you know, like it's a whole like thing. They bring in a fucking car, and you know, like it's a huge thing going on. Like that's what needs to happen now, because all the regular ass shit is done. So now you got to provide someone with like an experience leading up to your dunk.
But yeah, like, what's motherfuckers gonna do? Like Jalen Green tried the NFT thing. That's new, and like kind of fell flat.
Yeah.
Cole Anthony tried putting on Timbs and dancing and hyping up the crowd, and nobody gave a fuck. Like, in fact, we shit on it. We thought it was terrible. Like, so motherfuckers was out there trying. Like, you know what I'm saying? My man put on the Mexico jersey, and everybody was just like, eh. Like, and then he put on another jersey and fucked the dunk up. So he was like, man, damn. But like, we've seen mad niggas put on jerseys. Like,
look, I'm rolling out a red carpet.
Okay.
Lights off in the stadium.
And
then you hear the music. Doom, 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 doom. I can't think of how the music go, but you hear the music, and then you hear number 23.
Oh, okay.
Michael Jordan. And the lights turn on. Michael Jordan standing there on the red carpet under the rim, and then some nigga comes out with some Jordans. Jordan fucking jersey on,
And
then
jumps over him?
and just jumps over him. Like that's a
Alright.
fucking experience.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I just made that up.
I mean, that'd be fire. But like, I feel like also like, who the fuck is gonna be the nigga that Michael Jordan?
Oh no,
agrees
no,
to
that's not
stand there and
that's
get jumped over?
no, that's never gonna happen. But
So,
I'm
like,
saying like just
I feel
something like that. Like you
I
said
feel
in
like in order to get people to react, because one thing before this dunk contest happened, like that I started seeing online, like I was excited because I'm a basketball nerd, so like I already knew who everybody was in the contest as soon as they announced everybody, and then Jalen Green is the rookie on my team, so I was especially excited, right? But one of the things that happened when I was looking at the online reaction, I saw a whole lot of who are these guys?
yeah.
Man, y'all need to get John Morant in the dunk contest. We need so and so in the dunk contest. I feel like in order to like really make it pop, because like people still like, even though Zach LaVine wasn't like a mega star at the time, like he had like some poster dunks and shit, and this was like in the YouTube era and the highlight era.
Yeah.
So like everybody like there
Knew
was
who
like,
the
by
fuck he
that
was.
time, like there was like 3 or 4 dunks that everybody had seen.
Yeah.
And it was like, all right, yeah, we know this nigga about to get busy. And there was a couple of Aaron Gordon dunks that everybody had seen.
Yeah.
So when that dunk contest came off, like we was like, yo, these two cats gonna get busy.
How do you feel about never seeing LeBron James at one of these dunk contests?
I used to be like mad that he wasn't in it like the first few years he was in the league.
Yeah.
But after about like year 4, I was like, okay, this nigga never gonna do it.
Yeah, he's just not gonna.
So I was like, all right.
But
cool.
imagine like that, like the first 4 years, like that young LeBron.
Yeah, no, it would have went crazy. But also like now, because they don't pay enough money for the dunk contest. Like the whatever the winnings are and shit like that. Like niggas is like, yo, I'm not about to go out here and like dunk.
Possibly injure myself,
Yeah.
fuck up my season.
You know
for
what I'm
this,
saying?
For this bullshit.
Like the niggas who want to be in the dunk contest are dudes who want to make a name for
Yeah,
for themselves.
the
So that's
younger,
why
hungry guys.
It's usually like a rookie, younger dude, or somebody who is like a bench warmer, or like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but then you have those dudes who are just like, you know, those dudes who actually do show up, like back in the day, like, you know, Vince
back in the
Carter
day.
and shit
But
like
like it's been years since we had somebody who was one of them dudes show up. Now the like normal practice is like, if you don't catch me in my first 2 years, if I'm a big enough star by year 3, you ain't gonna see me.
Yeah.
Like there should be no way that, like, if I'm the NBA and I'm trying to have the slam dunk contest as like one of the crown jewels of All-Star Weekend, I am doing everything in my power to get Ja Morant in my dunk contest. I need Ja Morant in the dunk contest.
Yeah.
As soon as Zion Williamson gets healthy, I need Zion and Ja in the dunk contest. That would put butts in the seats. Like niggas would be like, oh, you don't even have to announce nobody else in the dunk contest. Oh, Zion versus Ja? Yeah, I'm pulling up.
Yeah. Hey, you just go straight to the finals.
Right? You don't even have to announce no other niggas. You know what I'm saying?
That's what the finals is gonna be.
Like, so yeah.
There was some dude in the contest who hurt his thumb.
Yeah, that was Cole Anthony. After that bullshit Timberland shit, then he tried that other dunk. That dunk would have been sick if he pulled it off. But then you saw it on the first time. It was like he threw it up and tried to do like this whirling 360 one hand catch dunk, and he smacked his thumb on the rim.
Yep.
And
That nigga fucked his shit up.
and then there was no way he was gonna complete the dunk after that.
Yep.
It's too bad.
Anyway, that happened.
Yeah.
Sunday, there was a whole nother day.
Oh yeah, Sunday
The actual
there was a
All-Star
game.
We'll just fly through that.
Yeah,
it looked
Ja
dope.
Morant.
I didn't see it.
Ja Morant was dunking on niggas.
Yeah. And then Steph Curry was shooting threes and turning around.
16 threes he made.
All-Star weekend, All-Star game record.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, nah, but that yeah, Ja Morant, he had some dunks in that All-Star game that made up for the dunk contest. That's why they need that nigga. Ja Morant.
Everything
Adam
around.
Silver, do whatever you got to do to get Ja Morant in the dunk contest.
Do that shit.
You know what I mean?
Do it.
Let Zion get traded to the Knicks. Just move him there. Just tell him he moved.
Do it.
We need it. All right, man. So I think
I think we covered that very
we've thoroughly covered
Yeah.
All-Star weekend. But there was another episode of Genius that dropped. You didn't get a chance to watch it?
No,
yet,
I haven't
right?
watched it yet. No.
Ah, man, what the fuck's going on?
Hey, man.
I mean, you know, things happen.
Yeah. Def watched it though. So how about
All right. So Google Man. You watched. You said you watched part 1.
Yeah, I watched part 1, and then I started part 2, and it was really late, so I just kind of turned it off. But yeah, so a little bit of the second one.
All right. So, part 1, we talked. I talked a little bit about it, just to give like a brief overview for part 2 if you guys haven't seen it, or if you guys have seen it. If you haven't seen it, watch it.
watch the shit?
Yo, so basically it was showing like the making of College Dropout. So we get to see Ye pull up in the studio, and Pharrell is there. So he's like, yo, where's Pharrell at? They take him to the studio. Pharrell is working in. He talks to him. He raps like a song that's not even out yet, just raps the lyrics to him, and Pharrell is impressed just from the acapella, like there wasn't even a beat. And then he plays him Through the Wire. And Pharrell, like, is his reaction to that, like, as soon, like after the song, and he just walks out the room. And then he comes back, he's like, yo, my man said Through the Wire, and his jaw was wired, so like, come on. Right? He's bugging. And then he tells Ye, he's like, yo, you're one of my favorite artists, and I only heard 2 joints from you. And then he starts telling him, like, yo, there's like motherfuckers that you can see, like, that they can make it. And like, you can tell, like, some people, like, that they'll like get complacent and get lazy. I don't see that happening with you. Like, he could see it right there. Like, as soon as he heard it, like, it was like the light turned on and he could see the vision. And that's one thing that's interesting so far in the first 2 parts, because like it's him on the rise.
Yeah.
Like, the people who could see the vision.
Yep.
Like, it's just really, it's really interesting seeing that, and it's dope. And like seeing the validation he gets from that, like when, you know, important people are like, oh, okay, like the smile he had on his face when he's like rapping with Hove.
Yeah.
And like Hove is like, oh shit, like you gassing this verse, like it's crazy. Another thing that was crazy that I didn't realize, getting the album finished, like after he had gotten to the accident, I mean, I think he talked about it, but like Rockefeller wasn't paying him attention, and he didn't have
he had a hustle.
He didn't have a budget for the album, so yeah, he's
over
borrowing
there
studio
borrowing
time.
yeah.
Like that was crazy.
Just rolling up, like, hey, yo, how much time you got?
Yeah,
Like, let me get in here real quick.
and let me lay some shit down, and then just,
I'm gonna send you that beat. Hold up.
yeah, and just cranking out classics. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this shit is crazy. But there was one guy who, and this is back in part 1. There's one guy who noticed Kanye and saw the vision and kind of broke down. Like, he saw like the whole, I think he's kind of saw like the whole thing laid out, like talking about fashion and everything. And that was my man who was with Rawkus, and he wanted to sign Kanye, but the bosses didn't want to sign him. So the A&R at Rawkus Records. So I had brought this up on last week's podcast.
Make sure you got
No, so I had brought this up on last week's podcast, talking about how I thought it would have been interesting just on the music side of things. Musically, Kanye, if instead of signing with Rockefeller, had been signed with Rawkus Records, and especially at that time with the run that Black Star was on, and Mos Def and Talib, like individually, and then just that sound, like that kind of resurgence that sound and that feel had after College Dropout dropped, like just the music that they made even on College Dropout, 2 words, get 'em high, like, you know what I'm saying, just having those, they were already together, so like what if they had been like officially on the same team and all that talent was in-house? Like, that could have been crazy. Like, think of a full Black Star album produced by Kanye with features.
That would be crazy.
Like,
Yeah.
and then just that whole nucleus and that whole sound, just I could see everybody just kind of migrating together, like with those 3 on one label, people, that sound just migrating all over there and doing shit. But I was just thinking of it musically and what would have happened, right?
Yeah.
But marketing wise, I feel like in order for Kanye to blow up the way he did right out the gate, marketing wise, it was extremely important for him to sign with Rockefeller. And I feel like he was 100% aware of that, and that's why he wanted that Rockefeller deal. Like, that's why he was walking around the offices playing All Falls Down in everybody's office. But yeah, so we kind of started this conversation.
Not even just blowing up the way he did, but probably longevity wise too, because one of the things that stood out was how he was very interested in the fashion side of it, and we all know now what he did with the Yeezys, and continues to do, and trying to be innovative beyond the music. So I was saying it was probably really good for him to have been working with Hove and to see how he moves. So I really think things worked out the way they were supposed to work out. And obviously there is still the relationship with like Mos Def and Talib Kweli. So
Yeah, I mean, he still opened doors for them.
yeah.
Even without being on the record,
And
or without being on the record label.
It's crazy because I always felt like there was this like gap. Oh shit. This big gap between like Mos Def and Kanye. But what? Black on Both Sides came out in 1999. So it's like 2000 era.
Yeah.
I didn't realize.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And by that time, Kanye was already active producing beats and stuff like that, and probably around some of the same circles. So, you know what I mean? Like, cause they showed him in Genius in that video with he's with Mason in Harlem World, and that was 98. So,
And I'm a huge fan of Mos Def.
Yeah.
So like seeing him and Kanye spitting on the documentary, where they're spitting 2 words.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit. And like Mos Def is going, and then Kanye starts spitting his verse. Dude, I was almost in tears.
Yeah.
Like just like the raw determination, and he's like pushing it out with his chest. Like,
yeah,
because he wanted everybody to hear him in the room. Like, this is like where he's like, they were discussing new artists and who they were gonna try to bring in, and he was kind of just hanging out waiting.
Yeah.
And so they're filming, and he's hanging out with his people, and they're spitting this thing for the camera, but you can see it, like you can feel it.
Yeah.
Like that fire that was there.
But we're going back to what I feel like was the importance of or some of the importance of the marketing of him signing with Rockefeller, right? So at that time, Rockefeller was like a cool label, a big label, and this is during a day and age where like fans are aware of what record labels people are signed to, and like
and they wear their clothes.
And being on the record label is almost like crew affiliation.
Yeah,
see,
it's like a badge of honor,
right? Yeah, so like nowadays, right? Lil Baby is signed, and Lil Baby's with Quality Control Music, QC, right? But like Lil Baby fans will tell you more about 4PF than they would be trying to shout out QC, right? Now, when we were coming up, like back in high school, like say like, you know, G Unit was a crew, but they, you know, had their label or whatever. And
was it Aftermath? Weren't they signed to Aftermath and Eminem?
Yeah. Well,
at least 50 was.
Yeah, 50 was. And I think G Unit might have been under him. Like there was a G Unit imprint that was started under him. And then I forget who was like the bigger label. I want to say Universal.
Interscope.
Interscope.
Yeah, it was Interscope.
It was Interscope.
Yeah, so they were all under Interscope, right? But at that time, like say Murder Inc., that was a crew and the record label. And if you was a Murder Inc., you fuck with cats on Murder Inc., you fuck with them, and you might not fuck with
Aftermath
because like nah, nigga.
Interscope and all that shit.
You know what I'm saying? So like nowadays there's crews or, you know, whatever that have replaced like the record label affiliations. And so like people might be like, oh, I'm, you know, whatever, but like we're signed to this imprint through this imprint to this imprint and all the way back to Columbia. So like we might not even really know who the record label is for some of these niggas. Like it's not that important.
Yeah.
Right?
But back then
it
was
the label, like that was kind of like, oh, okay, this label got these type niggas and this label got these niggas. So Raucus was the underground niggas.
Yeah.
Rockefeller was like street niggas, cool niggas. I want to be like the niggas who signed to the Rock. Jay-Z is, you know, the best rapper in the game right now. He was that, like, by that time, he was like that nigga. You know what I mean? So we, like, Rockefeller, you fucking with Rockefeller, that's
a big
that
deal.
Means something.
Yeah.
And then that Rockefeller chain, like, in Through the Wire, like, they made sure to put that scene in when he's in Chicago and like, I'm the newest member of the Rockefeller team, and holding up the chain and the crowd going crazy, and then here comes the chorus back. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that meant something. That, just that image, like, did a lot. Like, it's been how many years, and I'm never gonna forget that image thanks to that music video. Like, that's like an iconic moment, right? That's like hip hop history now.
Yeah.
Literally. So, and then another thing, like during that time, this is before like the internet played such a big part in hip hop. Nowadays, like when we were talking, because eventually, guys, we're gonna do episodes where we cover certain regions of hip hop. So we were having a conversation off air once about Atlanta hip hop, and like just naming all these dudes from Atlanta, and some of them haven't really had the, like, Atlanta is still like the central home base. Like, this is where I be at, and and you know, they're able to do that now more because of the internet and just the shift in music, and to where like regions and stuff like that don't matter as much.
Yeah.
Like now you can hear a guy like A$AP Rocky who's from New York, and he has a whole bunch of songs that sound like they're from Houston.
Yeah.
When I first heard him, I wasn't sure where he was from.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you can have dudes in New York who sound like Lil Baby. Don't matter where you from now, like, because it's just like the regions
It's
are
all
blurred
yeah.
because of the internet. But back during these times, you needed a New York cosign. You needed niggas in New York to fuck with you.
Yeah, to be taken seriously.
To be able to blow up, like, for real, everywhere. You might be hot in your area. You might be hot in your neck of the woods. But
if New York don't fuck with you,
then
then
that's
you
that.
ain't gonna be heard.
Yeah, exactly. That's where all the hip hop media was. That's where everything was. So Kanye wasn't. And then on top of that, Kanye's not from New York. Kanye's not even from LA. Kanye was from Chicago. Like, now, when they were talking about people from Chicago in the documentary, like, the first name they said was R. Kelly. And then they was like, no, like rappers.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, they could only mention Common, and they wasn't even calling him Common. They were still calling him Common Sense. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, it was that, I feel like that part of, like, I'm with a New York label, but not only a New York label, but like
The New York label.
the New York label, like, made
I don't
by,
think there is. I mean, maybe other than Bad Boy,
yeah,
I don't think there's any other label that's like that's New York.
Right.
You got Bad Boy and you got The Rock.
exactly.
Like that was New York.
You know what I'm saying? It's like we got these niggas. I got Dame Dash and Hove saying like, yeah, this nigga nice. So, like, as far as cosigns, like, it don't get too much bigger than that. And especially, like, needing that New York cosign. So he was, like, that just did a lot for, I feel like, the perception of Kanye.
Yeah.
Like, here's this dude, backpacker, polo. He don't look like what everybody else thinks is cool at that time. You know, this is after 50 Cent. Everybody wanted to be a gangster now at this point. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, 50 had made gangsters cool again. Like, after all the flashy, jiggy shit that Bad Boy had did for the past few years. So, like, gangster rap was back. And he came out of nowhere and was just like, yo, I'm a regular nigga.
I promise. I'm so self-conscious.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so, and I feel like having that cosign and that backing of Rockefeller, like, once they actually got behind him after he put his own money up to do Through the Wire, the video, and they saw the response to it. But it was a combination of Kanye being a genius musically and, like, having really dope shit, and then that Rockefeller cosign in an era where that meant something.
Yeah.
Being like, boom. Now, we had talked about having, like, a conversation about music marketing and shit. So just explaining, like, that cosign that Kanye had and like what it did for the perception of him, and then it basically saying, like, to street niggas or cool niggas to be like, yo, it's okay to fuck with this nigga even he got this weird ass polo on. He dope. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
he just got CDs in the backpack. It's cool.
yeah, like he dope, man. Like, nah, he kind of weird, but he cool. Like, it's literally, that's what it is. Like, when you bring your nigga who don't be around, like, niggas, and be like, hey, nah, he different, but he cool though.
Yeah.
Like, you know exactly what I'm saying. Like, you gotta, he different, but he cool though. That's basically what Rockefeller did.
Don't mind him. He gonna be in here. He gonna do some weird shit. He gonna say some weird shit, but just he cool though.
Nah, he cool. Nah, he cool. No, I fuck with this nigga. Like, that's what the Rock did. And then, like, once everybody heard what he was doing, they was like, oh, you know what, we fuck with this nigga too. Oh, okay, we get it. You know what I mean? So, like,
It felt like he kept having to show and prove. Like, every time he started to make some waves, and, like, he was winning over his peers.
yeah.
But every time he was ready to make the next step, to do that next album, or to sign that contract, like, it was always, like, some bullshit. And it was always somebody
Who don't know shit about the
somebody
music.
saying, "Well, I'm not here to judge people's taste in music or their receptiveness towards Ye," but it's just really cool to see because it's been talked about, it's documented. Obviously, we're watching it, but to watch it in action and to see him like, "Yo, I'm fucking dope. Listen to this." "Oh, you don't think so? All right, I'm gonna show you." Like, and he just move on to the next one. Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy. It's crazy. We talked about that Scarface.
Yeah.
That was embarrassing.
Yeah.
That was embarrassing. Not for Ye, for Scarface.
Yeah. Like watching that back, be like, damn. That was Jesus Walks he played in front of me.
I said next. What else you got?
Watch when he listened back to the album, he's like, "Nah, it didn't sound like that when he played it." No, nigga, it did.
It did, nigga.
It did.
We
bro.
got the tape.
It just got a little awkward. And Ye took the silver lining. Like, he said it was incredible.
Yeah.
Family Business, which
Yeah.
he's not wrong about.
Oh yeah, no, that's a great song.
It's just he didn't see the vision for Jesus Walks, which I get because it was so out there.
Yeah.
Which is crazy that something like that can be so out there and still to this day.
Yeah.
To this day.
To this day. Deontay Wilder.
How do you tell this? Yo, he was pissed, bro. 200 years till this day.
I don't even remember what the question was.
I don't know, but he brought it. He took it to slavery.
Oh shit! Shout out to that nigga, man.
He was upset. You haven't seen that clip either. We'll play it for you after.
Yeah.
Thanks.
But yeah, nah, man.
I was gonna say, because you were bringing up the marketing, and I know we talked about that a little bit last time. It's different, obviously, now.
It's 100%.
Like, we don't require on labels. I don't know any like pop-in labels. I mean, I'm sure there are some, but I don't know if it's like the brand recognition that it once was.
Yeah. No, everything is different, and the internet makes it to where like motherfuckers can be so segmented, and where like this motherfucker is like a huge star to this population of people, but like motherfucker, I've never heard of this nigga.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like recently I became aware of an artist. I guess within like the last year. A few months back, it was like late last year. Anyway,
Last year, a few months ago. I guess that works. It's February.
yeah, it's weird. It's February still. Like, so it was last year, like around November-ish, maybe October. I became aware of an artist by the name of Yeat, Yeat.
Okay.
And this motherfucker is bubbling right now. He's going crazy. A lot of the younger cats fuck with him. I guess he started buzzing because of TikTok. And they love making TikToks to his songs and shit. When I listen to his songs and shit like that, and I see the TikToks they make, I get it. It like his music like lends itself very well to like a certain type of editing that is easy to do, or I don't know how easy it is, but like the kids are good at it on TikTok. Because I've seen those style of videos before I heard his music, but like it just really makes sense with his music. Anyway, you can have a motherfucker who is popping on one app, and now because of all these apps are tied into music some kind of way and sharing music on the apps, you can have a motherfucker who gets popping on one app and has a lot of followers, and then transfers that over to, all right, y'all fuck with my shit. But like it's still like that segmented, it's just like that little segment. But like on this one app, I have, 25 million followers, and like I'm the shit here. But like it wasn't until Yeat's music started spreading to like it's like a hip hop / meme. It's like a hip hop news / meme page that I follow on Instagram, and then like all of a sudden every day it's posting like memes about Yeet. And I was like, yo, what the fuck is Yeet? So I started listening to these songs. I was like, all right, man, what the fuck? And there's one song that I've played for you a bunch of times called Get Busy. And it's where he says, the song already was tempered, here's a bell. And I'm like, oh, here goes the bell. Yeah, so that joint came in. So I heard that shit, and that shit just like, I was like, oh shit, this nigga, like, I don't really know what he talking about, but this shit is a vibe. Like, it's just like vibey, it's fun. So he has an album that just dropped last week, Two Alive. I don't know what it's about, but the shit is heat. I think mostly what it's about.
Why don't you know what it's about? Is like, can you not understand what the fuck he's saying?
I mean, I can understand what he's saying, but it's just like, I mean, it's not about anything really. Like, it's just about like, it's about like young boy shit. Like, you feel me? Like, it's not really a lot of, it's not like deep. It's like, it's just like a lot of.
Why are you saying young boy shit as if we ain't young boys, bro?
All right, it's just like a lot of we be partying. I got money, y'all niggas suck. I do a lot of drugs. I be popping perks. Like, and it's just like,
yeah, that's us.
I mean, well, okay. Yeah, yeah, it is.
Hey, my kids are sleeping upstairs, bro.
I'm sorry. Sorry, that was the perks.
Keep your voice down.
That was the perks. But yeah, nah, man. So you know, it's a bunch of young boy shit. Like, it's not shit that I identify with personally, but the music is fun.
I identify as a young boy. Pause. Pause. Never mind. Right.
But the music is fun, man. Like, if some Yeet comes on at the party, like, I'm dancing.
All right. We should have a party and throw some Yeet on.
Yeah. Right.
If only there was, a date that that's significant to us.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But yeah. So I was once I became aware of this motherfucker, like, I was anticipating the album. Yeet is that dude, but y'all motherfuckers ain't never heard of Yeet. There's like in my family, probably the only people I can think of, like maybe two people who have probably heard of Yeet. Now, with the type of buzz that I'm seeing in the segment of social media that I'm in for this one artist, right? Like, back during these Kanye times, if I'm seeing this much buzz about artists, then we're all seeing this much buzz about an artist. Because the place where we see the buzz is different. There's certain blogs to go to. There's magazines that we look at. So now,
shit. The Source,
you know what I mean?
Stuff like that.
Yeah, there's like how Kanye was pressed. He was like, I want the You Heard It First. I need to get the You Heard It First on MTV. Yeah. Like, he really was gunning for that because he knew that, like, when that pops up, like, motherfuckers, we watching MTV. You know what I'm saying? There were outlets where we're all going to go. Now, like, the outlets are so split. Like, motherfuckers can be here and there and not here and there, but still get whatever fan base because, like, motherfuckers' attention is everywhere. Mm-hmm. So, like, there was an interesting question that they brought up on Joe Budden's podcast. Shout out to Joe Budden. Like, where they were, I think the question originally came from Punch from TDE. And it was like, are there any rap superstars? And I feel like there are superstars, but the definition of superstar is just really different because media is so different now.
It's kind of like what he was saying in the last episode about, like, if you were globally known, it was a big deal. And now if you're known, you're globally known.
Yeah. Or at least, like, nationally, right? Places that speak your language, they're going to kind of know who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I would say Kanye West, Jay-Z, rap superstars.
Yeah. But these are also guys who are holdovers from a different media era.
Yeah.
Where, like, you know what I'm saying? If you get the machine behind you, then it's behind you. And then Drake. But even he kind of came in towards that tail end of that other era. Like, Drake is before streaming still.
Oh, here's a random thing.
Yeah.
I don't know why it just popped in my head. This past Sunday, Christian went to a birthday party. One of his classmates had a birthday party, and I took him to Walmart to go get a gift for his friend. And I don't know how we got on the I guess birthdays. Christian asked me if I was older than Walmart.
Shit.
I had to Google the shit. I didn't know if I was older than Walmart.
Yeah.
But while I was Googling the shit, I was like, I know I'm older than Google.
Yeah.
Google came out in 98, was launched in 98.
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck, am I older than Walmart? I looked it up. Walmart was opened up in Arkansas like in the late 60s.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not, but I think we might be, I don't know when the first Walmart popped up on the island. I feel like we didn't have one for a while. Until I tried Googling it. I couldn't figure it out. But I feel like maybe Walmart came to the island late. And that's why,
Damn.
like, I felt like I might have been older than Walmart.
Wow.
But I could be wrong. There could have been always, I think Kunia Walmart and Mililani Walmart are the two oldest ones.
Yeah.
I just don't know what year they opened. And I wasn't pressed on trying to figure it out.
Yeah, 'cause I feel like it was for a while, like, though.
Because I know we had Kmart. We had like Kmart in Kapolei
Yeah.
forever. And then there was the Kmart in Waikele.
I feel like
Was it just there?
if you was going to Walmart here, you was going to Kunia or Mililani for like a while.
Yeah.
But but yeah, no, you're right. There are certain people who are superstars. I would say Lil Wayne is
Oh, yeah.
A rap superstar.
Yo, I recently rediscovered, I haven't heard this shit since I was in like high school. He came out with, I don't know if it's a whole reggae album, but he has like some reggae tracks, like where he's spitting, one of them is called Rude Boy.
Okay.
That one's pretty fucking dope. He's puts on this little Jamaican accent, and it's like a
Yeah.
Jamaican beat, and he's fucking spitting on it.
Shit.
I'll play it for you after. Rude Boy,
Yeah.
from Lil Wayne. You can find it on Dat Piff. It's good.
Okay. That Piff.
Yeah.
I use Dat Piff for mixtape shit still.
Yeah, nah.
All the shit I can't find on Spotify, like that I used to listen to back in the day. It's like, because they're all
it's
mixtapes.
still there, yeah.
so I go to Dat Piff for it.
But yeah, just like the difference with marketing these people now, and then back then, like, you only made it to like a certain level because sales mattered, right? Eminem became such a big deal because so many people went and bought those CDs.
Yeah.
Like, you had to actually go and buy those CDs. So that's mad people going and buying that shit. So like, it wasn't just like streaming.
Yeah.
Streaming now, motherfuckers can have like billions of streams, but it could just be like the same segment of the fan base. We got your shit on repeat because we really fuck with you.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many different ways to like fuck with streaming numbers. There's fan bases that like a lot of these K-pop fan bases, they'll be on Twitter talking about like, hey, yo, and spamming and having whole threads like, such and such drops tonight at midnight. This is what you need to do to stream to make sure that they make it the number one. So there's certain fan bases for certain artists that'll be like, yo, let's help our guys' numbers, because like the way that the streaming game works now, like everybody, including like casual fans, are like now aware of numbers.
Yeah.
In whatever degree, in that like, and because streaming counts for the charts and stuff like that. So now like artists can have like inflated hit totals.
Yeah.
And all these streaming numbers that say they're going through the roof and that they're super popular and stuff like that. But like, how many people really fuck with you? Like, we don't even, like, it's hard. There's less like hard evidence now. Like, you can use engagement and all that stuff, but it could just be like, you're really popular on Instagram.
Yeah.
Like, it could, for some of this, just be like, motherfuckers just like looking at you. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's like the Island Boy syndrome.
Yeah, not everything that's getting crazy numbers is because it's good, or like we.
And then they go out
enjoy
somewhere in public, and they're getting booed out of places. People trying to pick fight with them.
Yeah,
Throwing shit at them.
Yeah, like there's like y'all are real popular online and you've actually have gained a following. But there's a whole lot of people out here who just like don't get the joke, don't give a fuck about the joke, don't fuck with you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I think now like it's
Well, for them specifically, it's like you described it as the joke, but they don't think they're joking.
Yeah,
Like,
they think they're hot.
They'd have some credibility if there was irony in it.
Yeah, like they knew they were a parody or something.
But they're not. And so there's people that do that.
yeah.
And I don't know if you want to continue, but we got a guy who do that.
Let's talk about this guy because this is
I came across this dude on TikTok maybe 2 or 3 years ago, probably around like 2019.
yeah.
Just kind of randomly, and like saw I think a video of him doing like a skit or something, like just some shit, and the dude had a bow cut and some bright ass like windbreaker, and he was riding a scooter.
Hell yeah.
And his name is Oliver Tree.
Yes.
And
Another album that came out last week that I was excited
dude.
about.
And I was just like, oh, this is fucking weird. The fuck? Who the fuck is this? And I looked at a couple videos. So I was like, all right, cool. And I just like left the page. Didn't think anything of it. But I kept seeing him pop up on like my For You. And like, I'm not gonna lie, like, dude's a character.
Yeah.
The stuff is funny, and then it's semi-interesting. And I couldn't figure out if he was memeing or if he was serious. Like, it'd be like, oh no, he's definitely just like fucking with us. And then it'd be like, oh, he's got an album dropping. Okay, so this is his persona. And then the more I looked into him, the more I realized like this is just how he is. I mean, it's probably still a persona. My best take on it is this was a character he developed. I think I saw like there was a thing on him, and they were talking about where he got this character from was from back when Vine was a thing.
Yeah.
And he linked up with 2 content creators. I think one of them was a producer or something, or a DJ. They're going to business school, and they showed him like what they were doing with Vine and their like content and numbers and things like that. And he was like, "Oh, I can like get an audience this way." And this was like one of the characters that he had done while he was with them.
Nice.
And so he just perpetuated it eventually into TikTok and I'm guessing on YouTube and other things. I've only seen him on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
And it took me probably the last 2 years before I was finally like, yo, no, he's a musician. Like, this dude is dope. I didn't realize.
Yeah.
I didn't get the joke. So with him, it's like, there's a joke.
Yeah.
He's joking. He's having a laugh. He's producing shit that's dope, but he's wrapping it up in this package. And it's up to the audience if they want to buy it or not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You want to be in on this joke with me, enjoy some music, and then you can show people this like goofy dude.
Yeah.
That's kind of my take on it, but it was the opposite of what the Island Boys is.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Nah, so like, yeah, these days, like, as far as like if you're trying to market yourself or market your music or whatever it is that you're trying to do, like, there has to be like just like an entertainment factor. And like now, because there's so much media that is going, you know, that's grabbing people's attention, like MTV doesn't even really do shit like the You Heard It First and
No.
stuff.
No, they don't even
anymore.
play music anymore. They
Like,
just
you know
play
what I mean? It's
fucking
just a bunch of
sitcoms, or
fucking
not sitcoms,
shows
but
and
yeah,
shit.
shows, reality shows, and all that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's not like a lot of those big outlets anymore, but we do have social media. So now the new thing is show them your personality or show them something that they can get entertained by and buy into and get to the music. Because also like with with music marketing, I was trying to get to this last week, but we was just talking.
We'll be doing that.
Yeah, I mean, it is a podcast. But as one of the things that's changed with streaming and with consumers, like I was saying it a little bit, like now, like a lot of the albums that come out are not really albums. They're more like playlists.
Yeah.
Because playlisting is the way to go now, as far as if you're just trying to get streams and get your numbers. And like we'll see people play the games, the streaming games, where they drop the album this week. Okay, now next week I'm gonna drop the deluxe with the couple other songs that you guys heard snippets of on my Instagram and really liked, but they weren't on the album before. Now come back and stream it, and my album can get to #1 this week with these extra songs and you guys listening to it, right? Or whatever it is that whatever game it is that they're playing. But you know, with the change in streaming and just the change in how people consume music, that's why music, that's another reason why I feel like music is valued less, because now, like, when compare it to when we're watching Genius, right? And seeing how much work and how much thought and how much vision he's putting into crafting this entire College Dropout album, as far as the skits and everything that ties it together, the aesthetic, the photo shoots that he was doing in the college, like everything, like you flip through that, if you bought the actual CD and you flip through that book and you see the pictures in there, like, and like all him doing all this college looking shit, him wearing the bear suit,
Yeah.
you know, like all this stuff going on, it all ties together. It's a full body of work. Now look at a rap album these days from just about anybody, and you'll probably see like 20 tracks, 22 tracks, or you'll see like 12 on the initial, and then the deluxe comes out and it's got like 24 tracks and this, that, and the third, and it's just like there's a lot of them don't have skits. There's nothing tying anything together.
It's just songs.
It's just a bunch of songs. It's just a bunch of playlists, or it's just a bunch of singles. Because now, like with streaming, like you don't have to go and buy the whole album. With streaming, you can just pick out what 3-4 songs it is that you like, and you'll just listen to those. Like, you know what I mean? Or people just pick and choose, and it's just playlists.
You think there'll ever be a time where that switches again? Like, do you think someone could release a single track album, but it is like 30 minutes long, and it just goes through a bunch of different flavors?
I don't think so, because I don't think that's gonna keep anyone's attention.
I mean, depend on the music, right? Depend on the vibe.
I think it. I don't know if it could happen in hip hop.
I mean, I feel like if it was gonna happen somewhere, it would happen in hip hop. Because you think about like the DJ sets, people mixing music. It's just someone taking the extra step to mix their own catalog for that album.
I
and
feel
make
like
one cohesive piece.
I feel like the first.
I could dig that.
I mean, no, I could definitely dig the concept. It's DJ mixes. But
Yeah, but as the artist,
but as
You
the artist,
control.
choreograph it. You arrange the music in such a way. I mean, I'm exaggerating, right? Like, because we talking about like devaluing music. Songs get shorter and shorter. Nobody making albums anymore. So what if an artist came out and just said, "Fuck yeah, I'm just gonna go the opposite way"?
yeah, no, I feel you, but I feel like the place where like you could be ballsy enough to do that experiment and see if it works would probably be in like dance music.
Yeah, I mean, I get just
But like somebody who's like an artist, right? Like and they could just like like how you're saying, like curate that and like bring in different vocalists and switch it, you know, like say like a house album, but we're gonna make it one long track and bring in different people and just switch it up and like that. Like I could see that happening. I feel like if somebody was gonna do that in hip hop, it would have to be somebody like Ye.
Yeah. And what if like they treat it like it was like a concert almost, just with the production value. They weren't just performing.
You know what? Now that we're talking about it, I feel like this might be
Some Ye shit.
This might be something that's not that far off, especially just looking at how, because he's kind of doing this already.
Yeah.
Like he's kind of doing this with the live stream shows, like with how he was previewing
See, me and Ye,
Donda.
we on the same wavelength. Come fuck with us.
Yo, come fuck with us, Shay.
You know what I mean?
Stop
Like how he was
bullshitting.
previewing Donda and Donda 2. Like, you know, music is nonstop. It just goes in from other songs. Like, if you released it in like a block like that, people would listen to it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But I feel like in hip hop, there's only... It would either be someone like Ye, or it would be the underground.
That would be, imagine having the royalties to something like that, and a movie wanted to feature part of the album, a song in their movie. Imagine the royalty. They can't buy just one song. It's the whole fucking album.
Yeah.
You gotta pay me for.
Pay me this shit.
So I'm saying.
Yeah. When you bring your value back.
Fuck with us.
Yeah. But yeah, I think now there has to be, like, going back to the superstar.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So now you have to be almost... There's so many different facets of media that you have to cover yourself and create content in these areas, right?
Lil Dicky.
Lil Dicky. So
I fucks with Lil Dicky.
yeah, Lil Dicky's another one who
He got a TV show.
he has a TV show. Like
And it's
he's
fucking
created. It's really good.
And he wasn't an actor originally.
And
So like you talk about superstar and then hitting different media outlets. Like Childish Gambino was an actor, and then he also rapped.
yeah,
And comedian.
Dave was the opposite.
yeah.
So like a rap superstar.
Now, yeah. So like now it's more like your people are social media superstars, or you know, or just stars, right? But I feel like in order to break through to that next level and like really be a superstar, there has to be like, there still has to be some kind of way to show that you produce on that level, right? So back in the day, like how I was saying Eminem, we could tell that this motherfucker was really a star because people were showing up and buying these CDs. Like we had physical evidence. There's like, these are no longer in the stores, right?
Imagine that running out.
Yeah.
You
Right.
can't get them no more.
Yeah, it was sold
Right.
out. No, I went to like
Can you
I,
run out of streams? Can I sell out?
No,
I went to
Damn.
3 circuit cities and couldn't find the new Eminem album.
right? Like that was a thing. That was a problem that people had,
Does Walmart have it?
right? No, you got to try Tower Records.
Yeah, Tower Records.
Yeah. So,
That's why, man. No scarcity. All
But,
these
like-
musicians, man, they think like, no, just infinite copies.
but these,
Not
but
familiar with the collector's market. You know what I mean?
no, I hear you. But in these days, you still have to. There still has to be some kind of way where you move product, right? So there was a name that came up when these guys had a conversation, as like guys who have come up in the newer era, streaming era, who's a superstar. And one name that they mentioned was Travis Scott.
I was gonna see. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Because Travis Scott, his music is bumping. Cats listen to him. He sells out his own festivals.
He all over the place.
He
To
has
deal with McDonald's.
he has collabs with. He's had shoes come out with Nike. Like people was buying. Like people was trying to buy the Travis Scotts. You know what I'm saying? People wanted those.
I want them.
Nigga, I went to McDonald's and got a Travis Scott meal. I don't even fucking with McDonald's.
I just happened to be there, but I did get one.
And I went and I just happened to be going with my son, and we was getting him lunch. And then I was like, well, since I'm at the McDonald's, let me get this Travis Scott.
His net worth estimated to be at $50 million.
You know what I'm saying? So like, but
He's
him
dating a Jenner.
Yeah, impregnated her twice.
You already know.
So, you know what I mean? But
Dope dad.
he's a dope dad. Friend of the show. Travis Scott.
Yeah, that's it then.
But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so there's a lot of people who are popular, but like other than them streaming well and stuff like that, and we already know that streaming doesn't really pay you well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, who's somebody that's gonna move merchandise? Who's somebody that's gonna there still has to be a measure like that sets certain people apart. And like guys like Ye and Hove back in the day, they were able to set themselves apart by like, oh, look at what I sold and what y'all sold. Look what I did in my first week. 50 Cent was one of the biggest names in that era, and then when Ye was like, all right, we gonna do this head to head.
Yeah, that battle thing.
You know what I mean?
Competition.
And
Massacre.
Ye won. It was a massacre.
That was 50 Cent's album. The Massacre.
It was a massacre, all right. You know,
Hey, how we doing on time?
We're at an hour and a half.
Oh,
fuck.
so, you know, like I said, man, just like last week, these kind of conversations can go on forever.
Yeah.
Like, just thinking about the differences. So, you know, I guess we'll table it here.
Yeah.
And come back next week.
Come back to these superstars later.
Part 3 with superstars and music marketing and.
Are we?
Did you
Is
hear?
all that.
Did you hear
week?
Oliver Tree announce he's retiring from music?
I did not hear that. What the fuck?
Yeah. So this last album ever.
I hope not, because it's really good.
Maybe he's tired of the meme.
I mean, or maybe this is just like the next step in next evolution.
Exactly.
Maybe we'll find out his new real name.
I think that is his real name.
Maybe it's not.
We
don't know. How do you know?
So I know his middle.
You didn't even
name
know he
is-
was a musician.
His middle name is Tree. His last name is Nichols. First name is Oliver. When I say it like that, it makes sense, don't it?
Okay.
Oliver Tree Nichols. Yeah.
All right. Okay. On that note, if you haven't watched Genius Netflix, cut us a check because we're sending all of our viewers to go watch that. If you haven't listened to Oliver Tree, he's got 2 albums out now that are really good. So check that shit out.
Yay.
Fuck
Fuck with us, Yay.
2 Alive. Yay. Don the 2. Just email us that, bro. Just send it. Or send us a stem player.
Yeah.
Or if you're a watcher of this program and you like us a lot, buy us a stem player.
Yeah, and we'll like debut it here and like play
Be
with
like,
it.
hey, look at this stem player that so and so bought us. Thank
That
you.
at
I want a giant
whatever on
stem
Instagram
player.
gave to us.
Right?
To like shake the house.
Yeah. Buy us a house.
That too. Ooh. Oh, it comes with the house.
Yeah, with a stem player.
With a stem player.
All right, you guys want to make any other demands, or should we end it?
It's our list of demands. So tune in next week when we're disappointed that none of this shit happened.
Yep.
You good?
Yeah.
Good? All right. Here's our
Hey.
outro.
Yo, thank you guys so much for listening. Thanks for getting all the way to the end of the podcast. Hey, you can follow me on Instagram at Kwali is ill. That's KWALIISILL.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. You can follow me on Instagram. My name is Eddie.C. That's Eddie.C. EEE. That's Eddie.C. Triple E.
And don't forget to follow the podcast. That's Two Dope Dads Podcast. The number 2 Dope Dads Podcast.
That's where you can stay up to date on all the episodes that are dropping and just, some dope dad stuff that we're going to post on there. So, yeah, definitely follow that and thank you.
Bow. See you guys next time.
Boom, boom, pew, pew, pew.
No.